your starting lineups for Game 2 of today's doubleheader. First, for the visiting Wheaton College Thunder, leading off and playing left field, number 16, Harrison Stanton. Batting second and playing first base, number 32, Graham Core. Batting third and playing center field, number 7, Ben Weaver. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, number 15, Matthias Haggerty. Batting fifth in the DH, number 21, Mason Deal. Batting sixth and playing second base, number 36, Kyle Wu. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 42, Jacob Snyder. Batting eighth and playing catcher, number 5, Tyler Weiner. Batting ninth and playing right field, number 46, Zach Ledbetter. Starting pitcher for the Thunder is number 22, Joe Klein. And now the Game 2 starting lineup for Carthage. Leading off and playing left field, number 19, Cody Toskrud. Batting second and playing third base, number 7, Austin Perlinski. Batting third and playing center field, number 9, Colton Klein. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 21, Bryce Perlinski. Batting fifth in the DH, number 28, TJ Moser. Batting sixth and playing catcher, number 32, Chase Gibson. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 14, Cody Kreckling. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 3, Evan Lashley. Batting ninth and playing shortstop, number 31, Colin Callahan. And the starting pitcher for the Firebirds is number 17, Bryce Sham.
Hey bro, but we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. I keep my head up, my head across my heart. It's amazing, I'm the reason everybody fired up this evening. I'm exhausted, barely breathing, holding on to what I believe. And no matter what, you'll never take that from me. My reign is as far as your eyes can see. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing. I'm a monster, I'm a killer. I know I'm wrong, yeah. I'm a problem that I never ever be solved. And no matter what, you'll never take that from me. My reign is as far as your eyes can see. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing. I'm a monster, I'm a maven. I know this world is changing. Never gave in, never gave up. I'm the only thing I'm afraid of. No matter.
And welcome one, welcome all to Augie Schmidt Field for the second game of a doubleheader between the Firebirds of Carthage College taking on the Thunder of Wheaton College. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Peter Ferrari on the call. The Firebird Broadcast Network, a first game late inning thriller. Run after run, inning after inning were scored until things were 16-15. Bases loaded, full count, strikeout by Wheaton is how things ended in the first game of this doubleheader. Will the Firebirds be able to bounce back against the visiting Thunder, or will the Thunder take two straight in Kenosha before heading back to Wheaton College for Game 3 between these two squads tomorrow afternoon? We're glad you're joining us on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. starting things off for Carthage is going to be the freshman Bryce Shawm, who is 1-2 overall on the year. Some notes on Bryce Shawm, 6'4", 180 out of Munster, Indiana. He is a freshman. Double major, business administration and finance, son of Maggie Shawm. And we will go through some of the numbers. 7 appearances, 7 starts, 1 complete game, 36.2 innings pitch. Leads the way for the home Firebirds. 38 hits, 25 runs, 17 earned runs, 25 walks, 44 strikeouts to also lead the way for Carthage. At the rubber, and strike one is how things will start in the afternoon tilt between the Thunder and Firebirds. At the plate, righty, is Cody Tostrude. Cody led off things in the first game. Did an outstanding job. We'll go over some of that. Outside for that pitch. 1-1, your count. Tostrude, 6 at-bats, 4 hits, 2 runs. In the earlier contest, another strike. One and two, your count. Shawm, an abbreviated delivery, short, over to first, bit high, but Prablinski pulls down the throw, and a quick out to start things off in the afternoon contest between these two squads. Carthage wearing their home whites, red numbers and letters, no jersey change between the two games. The visiting Thunder, navy blue tops, gray pants, single black stripe down the side of the leg. Orange numbers and letters, white trim inside, called strike. The officials have switched sides between home plate and first base, so between the two games. So at home plate will be Phil Popillo, and at first base, Michael Gotch. Fly ball to right field, trailing it down for the Firebirds, Lapsley, who gets the start in the afternoon game. 2 up, 2 down for Shawm. Shawm, 144 at-bats faced against him. Only allowed 1 triple and 3 doubles. Again, on those 44 strikeouts, 25 walks. Foul left side, out of play. Some recent numbers. Shawm started a few days ago against Carroll. 7 innings, 3 hits, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts. So 9 Ks in 7 innings. That one, nice shot right up the middle. Retrieved by Klein, and a 2-out single for the Thunder. Back to Shawm, North Park, 3.2 innings pitched, so 3 2/3, 9 hits, 7 earned runs, his worst outing of the season. Illinois Tech on the 26th, 6 innings pitched with 4 earned runs, 4 Ks. And Augsburg, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and 8 Ks. Also started the year against North Vermont Linden, 8 strikeouts, 4 hits, no earned runs. Hasn't been behind the plate at all this season, so solely a pitcher again out of Munster, Indiana, freshman. Right side snap to first. At the plate now is 15 for Wheaton, Matthias Haggerty. In the prior game for the 5-3 in the CCIW Conference Thunder. Another throw to first. Haggerty, 2 runs, 2 at-bats, 4 walks. A strikeout on the afternoon. Was not left on base. So good eye this afternoon. No sun to speak of. Temperature 47 degrees by our account. Being generous, of course, with that temperature. With the wind, feels like 41. 14-mile-per-hour winds. That's going to be a single into left, runners on first and second.
Now adding for the Thunder, designated hitter number 21.
Now up the DH as Wheaton had 2 quick outs and now runners on first and second. So 1 in scoring position for number 21, Mason Deal, who had a bomb in the first game. I'm sure he'd love one here to break things open. As Sham inside, ball called. Looking ahead at the Raider, possible storm coming in from the west. Might go south of us, so should be able to get a clean second game in. Inside again, 2-0 the count. Fans starting to trickle back in. That went and got in some warm weather, and by weather I mean indoor weather, before the start of this second game. Knee-high stirrups for Sham. Elongated delivery, that one bounces down. Runners won't advance. Catching today for the Firebirds is Gibson. So they went through Dyer and Calverley in the first game. Gibson gets the start in the second game. Prybalinski's at the corners. Callahan short. Kreckling second. Right side, Lapsley, Klein in center. And Tostrude in left. And that will be a walk.
Now batting for the Thunder, second baseman number 36, Kyle Wu.
Kyle Wu now at the dish. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Again, the prior game was an offensive onslaught, 16-15. With Carthage scoring in 8 of 9 innings. That one pulled strong into the batter's box. Excuse me, into the bullpen. Had to lean a little bit further in the box to see that location. But 3 runners on the pond. Now getting his stance together. The delivery to short should be an easy out at second. On a knee, able to run over and get the out is Kreckling. So no damage done. 2 hits for Wheaton. No runs scored after having bases loaded. Will Carthage come out on fire like they did in the first game? They scored 5 in the first in the opening game of the doubleheader. Let's see if they can match that. Or will Wheaton have something else to say? We'll be back on the Firebird Broadcast Network. Welcome back, Firebird Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first, Joe Klein on the mound with his .344 ERA, 2-2 on the year, 6 appearances, 6 games started, 36.2 innings pitched, most innings pitched for the Thunder, 34 hits, 16 runs, 14 earned runs, 7 walks, 22 strikeouts, 9 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs. Has faced 139 batters. The righty, number 22, was the left fielder in the early game. Looking at the defense for the Thunder, after we mention, it is Tostrude up to lead things off for Carthage. Slaps it foul. For the now 5-3 in conference Thunder, Stanton, Weaver, Ledbetter in the outfielders. In the outfield, Snyder, Haggerty, Wu, and Corrier infield. Klein in the mound, and that one should just drops foul. Thought it was going to stay in. My eyes thus deceived me. Seems winds has died down a bit since the earlier game. Klein at the mound, and Weiner behind home plate with Deal once again, the designated hitter. NCAA baseball on CCIW. And a strikeout for Klein. 22 coming into this contest, make that 23. Austin Prybolinski, the third baseman, number 7. Prybolinski knocks that one up the middle between short and second. And he will have a single and his first bat. Earlier in the day, 3 hits, 2 runs, and RBI. Left on base twice was Prybolinski. Many of the Firebirds part of that thrilling 9th inning. Nonetheless, Colton Klein up to bat. Klein, 4 hits, 5 at-bats, 2 runs, 4 RBIs in that earlier contest. One of the home runs, his first on the year. Deal was his second, and Moser his second in as many at-bats. So Klein's first bomb of the season. Takes that one. Klein looks back at the ump. Klein from the stretch, delivers, smacked foul. Klein to Klein. So Colton Klein, who's at the dish, thought he had that one. Short lead from first. Chopped foul again. Same area, so the timing just a bit slow. He's just trying to make contact with the 1-2 count, 1 out, 1 runner on first. Appreciate you all joining us on athletics.carthage.edu. Seemingly on the back line of the batter's box, Klein low and inside. Runner taking off for second. There will be a throw, slide in head first, safe. So the ball just trickled past Weiner. Smart base running by Carthage as Prybolinski just was scooting a bit and then saw that Weiner couldn't quite locate it, took off, slid head first. Far outside, good stab by Weiner to not have that be a wild pitch. Full count, 1 out, runner on second. For the lefty. Klein, the pitcher, not holding the runner at second. As Klein, the hitter, was looking to send that into tomorrow. Got a small piece of it to keep the battle alive. Still at full count. Blustery April day at best. But nonetheless, we continue on. Klein rakes it to second. Almost dropping it, but holding on. Wu over to Core sends the runner to third base. Prybalinski at third, 90 away from Carthage, getting their first run of the second game. With that being said, up to bat, Bryce Prybalinski. First base, number 21. Bryce, 3 hits on 5 at bats earlier today, 2 runs, an RBI, and a walk. Quick strike from Klein. Chopper to second. Wu cleanly, does not cleanly handle it. That is going to be out on a very close play. I was just going to say Wu gets it cleanly, but picked his head up before he had possession, dropped back down, had to throw from a knee, but able to get the first baseman, Prybalinski, out on what would have scored 1. Carthage 1 hit, Wheaton 1 hit, 0's on the board. Didn't happen last game, but happened here. We'll go into the second, tied at 0. Peter Ferrari on the Firebird Broadcast Network. Welcome back. Second inning action on the Firebird Broadcasting Network, live at Augie Schmidt Field. Glad to be with you for this second game. Sean allowed 2 hits in that first inning, but came away unscathed. Jacob Snyder up to bat. Snyder playing third base in this afternoon game. Snyder in the a righty. Lefty Snyder. Number 42 inside, was actually hit by the pitch on the foot. So 42, Snyder. Jacob Snyder, the right side, 185 junior out of Glenbrook South High School. So runner on to start this second inning. Not quite what Shawm, I'm sure, had in store. Let's see if he decides to keep on the runner from the stretch. Hop lead again. The delivery. Good dig by Gibson. The right-handed Weiner. Good snap over to first. Sham looking again. Off speed, trying to take a hack at it. Cut through it. Was Weiner. Weiner a little higher in the batting order this time. That one going toward the bench. Weiner was 3 for 5 with a run, an RBI, and a strikeout in the prior game. Catching both games. So we'll see if they give him a break tomorrow. Snap over to first, that one low. Not as much of a lead for Jacob Snyder. Snyder, again, the 6'1", 185 junior. High school 2-year varsity starter and a young life leader. Direct shot to third. That was a close play. So Prybalinski to Prybalinski. Went right to Austin. Bang, bang play over to Bryce. But the official, right on the spot, Michael Gotch. Up to bat now for Wheaton, Zach Ledbetter. Appreciate the italicized, unique font of Wheaton. Really displays well in the bright orange on a 2-digit jersey number, such as Ledbetter's. Batting gloves each hand. White with black trim. Standard stance. Watches that one go on the outside corner. Shaw has thrown quite a lot to first. There's going to be a play at second, and that one bounces in front. So good lead that time. Thought we might have had another throw to first base as the lead kept getting a bit bigger until finally he did take off. It was possibly a pitch out. Gibson couldn't get it there in time. Stolen base for number 42, Jacob Snyder. So Snyder now in scoring position, 1 out, 2-1 your count on Ledbetter. Shaw not worried about the runner at second at this point. The pitch, pop fly, left side. Not likely, or is it going to come? The wind does bring it back in. I thought for sure that was going to go into the bullpen, and Prybalinski stopped at the fence and then had to take about a step and a half quickly back in, reach out the glove, 2 outs. The wind has done some crazy things for both squads here today. 2 outs your score. And up to bat is Stanton. Stepping off the plate. Mimicking the throw, so no balk is called. The delivery inside, good stop by Gibson. That would have easily advanced the runner with the speed of Snyder to third. Stanton. On inside to Gibson. Gibson able to dig that out once again. Harrison Stanton again was 3 for 5 in the earlier game. Pretty much everybody had some solid numbers, but 0 for 1 in the afternoon contest. Stanton, the lefty, slices that one foul. Wearing sunglasses this time around. 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 hits on the game for Wheaton in the second. Sham looking back in the stretch, delivers. That one low. Looked late at the runner. Snyder at second. Nonetheless, count corrected, 3-1 your count. So hitter's count for Stanton. And with 2 outs, might see him swinging. He knows they've been low, so Shaw might try to get it up a little bit from the bottom of that zone. Stanton hoping to take advantage of it. Let's see if he brings it in the same speed as well. That one inside a bit. Smart take. They always are when you get the walk. 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. Graham Coral for 1 on the day as well. Coral was 1 for 4 earlier today, but 4 RBIs. Sacrifice fly. Also had his 7th double of the year. What an exciting game earlier today. I did say that in between contests. This is going to be a pitcher's duel. Nice 1-0 score. It seems to be how things happen with doubleheaders. Unless this one turns out to be, 20-19, and then I'm completely wrong. Always a chance of that. Runners on first and second. Sean not holding him on from the stretch. Might take a look back. Does. Delivers outside. Gibson is definitely doing an outstanding job. Multiple digs. We talk about how great the men's volleyball team is for Carthage. Gibson definitely could be a fill-in libero with how he's holding things behind the plate in the game here today. Inside. Moving back. No contact. Sean 2-1 with 2 outs. Sean, Indiana High School Baseball Coaches Association North All-Star. First team All-Northwest Crossroads Conference in all area his senior year with a 7-2 record, a 1.63 ERA with 15.48 K through 9. Outside, senior year's team won both sectional and regional titles and went on to have an appearance in the India High School 4A state semis. 2-year member of the basketball team as well, academic all-conference, Morris Chiefs club team, and Coach Bobby Morris. An outstanding high school career for one of the now leaders on the mound, Sham, for Carthage. Another walk on the 3-1 count outside. As we saw last game, batting gloves, thumb protector, wrist guard. All for Graham Corn. Ben Weaver up now. So just like that, Sham has bases loaded. 2 outs still. And 2 hits still for Wheaton. So between a hit by pitch and 2 walks, Weaver now up with bases loaded, pitch high. Sham needs to try to control things before he walks home a run. In the first game, hit after hit, home runs, doubles, everything in between. This game, walks and key pitching. Let's see if Sham can get out of this mess. That's going to slice to left field and in the glove. So with bases loaded, no damage done. 2 innings in a row, 2 hits. Welcome back, Firebird Broadcast Network. Still zeros on the board for both squads. Carthage hoping to turn things around with number 28 for Carthage, P.J. Moser. Moser had a home run in his first at-bat earlier today, his only second hit on the season, and both hits home runs. So Moser definitely has the power. The designated hitter, 2 runs earlier, hit RBI and a walk, 2 strikeouts to add. That one sent into left field. Stanton not having to move much. Gets the glove on it, 1 out.
Now batting for the Firebirds, catcher number 32, Chase Gibson.
Now up Gibson, who is behind the plate. Get some information on him. He takes first pitch strike. Chase Gibson out of O'Fallon, Missouri, Lutheran High School of St. Charles County. William Woods University also played 5'10", 205. Double major biology and pre-health, son of Nick and Lori. And that one goes out of play. Had some good distance. Made St. Louis Post-Dispatch honorable mention All-State his senior year of high school. First team All-Archdiocesan Athletic Association and first team All-District both his sophomore and senior seasons. All 4 of his teams won conference championships. 3 of his team won district titles. Sophomore year finished 3rd at the Missouri High School Athletic Association 3A championship. Sends that one into left. Stanton gets 2 in a row. Also to finish up on Gibson, National Honor Society member, 4-year high honors, graduated with honors. Also played Rawlings Extreme Club team. So Chase Gibson, the senior, had a very good St. Charles County career in Missouri. We'll get more on him as the game goes on. Strong swing, no contact for Cody Kreckling. That one hits the dirt, 1-2 your count. And strikes him out to end the inning. So a quick 2 fly balls to left field and then the strikeout at the plate. Talked about it might be a pitcher's duel in the second game here. We're on our way to that. 2 hits for Wheaton, 1 for Carthage. No runs through 2 on the way to the third on the Firebird Broadcast Network.
Way before, and I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you. Oh, I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before, and I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you.
We're back, Firebird Broadcasting Network. Peter Ferrari at Augie Schmidt Field. Zeros on the board as up to bat is number 15 for Wheaton, Matthias Haggerty, the senior, his second time up. Haggerty so far is 1 for 1 on the day. That one's going to slice foul. A few birds fly out of the way. As crazy as it sounds, for those of you watching from home, a little bit of, I guess you could say, sun trying to peek through, some bit of a blue sky coming in from the western front. Least we can ask for as the wind still rolls. That one to center, back to the warning track, having to take a few steps, but able to get there is Klein. So solid hit by the Thunder. They've had hits throughout the second game so far. Just Shum has shut things down. Once the Thunder have threatened, it's like, oh, we have 2 outs. Okay, we're going to get a few on. And then Shum, closes the door on the effort. Right at the knees. Beautiful pitch by Shum. No runners on. Shum takes his time with the full delivery, sides a foot back on the rubber. Sends that one near. Not able to get there is Gibson, and now thrown over his head. By this point last game, it was 9-8 in the pouring on of runs, as we saw in the earlier game. 16-15 thrilling victory, full count, bases loaded. That is the textbook getting out of a jam, coming away victorious. Takes a swing, hits the umpire. 2-2 your count for Mason Deal. Massive blow in the earlier game. The only home run, however, for Wheaton. Tried to swing for that one, not able to make any contact. Throw it around the diamond as a strikeout for Shum. Shum now 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, and his first strikeout, 14th batter faced. Not a lot of numbers to show for Carthage hitting, but scattered numbers for Wheaton. As Wu is up to bat, 0 for 1. Hardy has been left on base. So that one, nice solid shot up the middle. Klein able to get it cleanly, but nonetheless, Wu is on board. As we talked about, let's get 2 outs and then make things interesting. Again, coming into the earlier game, Wu had the team-leading 15 RBIs, so surely can get on base with the best of them in the CCIW. Now Jacob Snyder on. That one inside again to Snyder. He got on the base paths for free his time prior. I'm sure would have no issue with that again. Looks like one pitcher just throwing the ball around in the bullpen for Carthage right now. Clean for Wheaton. 2-step lead by the base runner. Wu not able to get there is Prybalinski. Runner's going to round second. Be intriguing to see the throw. Sharp throw to second. Cutoff man able to get there. 2-out double on a laser beam past the outstretched glove of the first baseman, Prybalinski. As said, once 2 outs comes, things get interesting for Sean, but he's been able to get out of the last 2 innings unscathed. 4 hits now for Wheaton, no runs on the board. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. This is where he shut things down with either a K or a nice pop fly. Let's see what he's able to deliver. With now 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Drops down, doesn't cross the plate. In time, ball 1. Tyler Weiner would love to break things open. Going inside again. Might be interesting to see how they pitch to Weiner with Ledbetter up next. Not as if, one was less successful than the other. Both have been seeing the strike zone very well today. So 2-0 your count. Although knowing that you do have first base open, might be trying to pitch around him to get the force anywhere. Let's see how Sham continues this at bat. Ooh, taking a big hack. Weiner not able to catch up. My thought was they might be pitching around him. That changed my mindset quickly. 2-1, 2 outs, runners second and third. Weiner. One player earlier today had some dirt caught in his eye. Could be a similar situation. Nonetheless, we continue on. White batting gloves for Weiner. Inside. Sham. Heat. Another strike. 2-2. After 2-0, right back to 2-1. Sham adjusting his shirt. Knee-high red stirrups. Red cleats, white trim. Slides against the rubber in the delivery. Pop to second baseman. Kreckling, and as we said, 3 unscathed innings for the Firebirds. After jams in all 3, Sham finds a way out of it. Will Carthage get their second hit or find their way onto the scoreboard? We'll find out with them. Firebird Broadcast Network.
Batting for the Firebirds, right fielder number 3, Evan Lapsley.
Lapsley up to bat in the Firebird Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Only 1 hit scathed across by the Firebirds. The lefty Lapsley manning right field off speed. Finds the outside of the plate. 0-1 count. Lapsley, the lefty, takes a strong hack inside. Good placement by Weiner, outstretching the left leg. Could have been a distraction as that came low inside. He does so again, wants it there, tried to frame it up, not able to do so. So Weiner Showing some very fancy footwork. Let's see, he does so third time. Wants it low and outside, swiped away. So right now, Klein really going inside to outside, low and away. Very masterfully on this at bat. Looking higher up to throw him off, ball. Would have had him looking, as Lapsley didn't know what was coming. Lapsley lefty Klein working fast this at bat. Low. Full count for Lapsley. The lefty. Chops it to short. Throw over to first. Good throw. Haggerty to core. First out of the inning.
Now heading to the Firebirds, shortstop number 31, Colin Callahan.
And Callahan now up. Talking about Klein. He's the reigning CCIW batter of the week. Not to mention his pitching prowess. Yeah, again, a .545 hitter coming in to the contest. He had a pair of road wins. The reigning CCIW batter of the week. That is a nice luxury to have one of your best players be one of your best hitters and pitchers. Two and a third so far for Klein. Only one hit, 2 strikeouts with 8 batters faced. Sham at 17 batters faced, just for perspective. Off speed outside. Callahan's first time up. And Klein making quick work of the Firebirds. Klein thought he had it. Nonetheless, a walk for Callahan. So a base runner. Haven't seen many of them for the Firebirds in this second game in this doubleheader. Zeros on the board. Callahan using, it actually came unvelcroed, but a sliding glove on the left hand. Always loved the concept and invention of that. It's what doesn't exist that you don't know you need or want? A sliding glove. Just love the idea of it. You know, it's like the thumb guards for hitters that really rotate the wrist. It's the ankle guards. Nice line shot. Gonna bounce in front of the center fielder. Strong. Oh, and he's making a run at it. Again, aggressive running by Carthage. And from first to third, sliding glove and all, is Colin Callahan, and he gets into third standing up. Only the second hit on the afternoon for Carthage. Beautiful piece of base running. He was not slowing down. Center fielder Weaver got there with no issues. But again, with hits being at a premium, bounced up and actually, let's hope he's okay. My goodness. Austin Prybolinski, the ball hit the dirt and bounced up right, and it looks like his left eye socket. Trainer coming out to take a look at it. At first, he saw it hit the dirt and started to slowly turn away. I mean, no one could have predicted it. All the trajectory would bounce it back up directly into his face. Slowly walking to first. He's pointing to his left eye, as you can tell, that could not have felt good. Be intriguing to see how he's able to handle this. Again, being the third baseman, of course, you need to see in any position, of course, but the umpire's talking for a bit. I know he's trying to walk it off. I don't think that it's a base on balls because it bounced. You know, I guess you could say if it hit off his foot and ricocheted up, it'd be a walk. If he's able to continue, again, waiting for the official word, and it looks like he is going to make his way to the bench. So let's hope he's okay. Again, just a very hard bounce directly, we said, from perception in the booth into the left eye socket, dropped him down, probably dazed him, and with any sort of head injuries or face injuries, precaution is of the utmost importance. So making sure everybody's okay. It looks like we're going to have a pitch runner coming in. So by the estimation of what's being discussed by the officials is it hit him on the outside of the front foot, so he's a lefty, so the outside of his right foot, then bounced up and hit him in the face. It is now bases loaded with all ducks on the pond. I believe the pinch runner is going to be Matt Felber, backup third baseman of Indian Trail, the 210 freshman. And at bat, 1 out to really try to break things over. Colton down first base. Will there be a chance at 2? And there will. So just with bases loaded and 1 out, needing a double play, getting a double play. Unscathed again, and we are going to go into the 4th inning in a pitcher's duel on the Firebird Broadcast Network.
At the end of the 3rd inning, the score is Carthage nothing, Wheaton nothing.
Back on the Firebird Broadcast Network. At first, number 12, Matt Felber, so he pinch ran. Then it looked like he was actually, fielding ground balls at third. But nonetheless, Prybalinski back in playing third base. So checked out by the staff, cleared to return back to the field of play. So nonetheless, 4 hits for Wheaton, 2 for Carthage. Both teams more than once have had bases loaded. No runs. That one shot probably to find the gap. Oh, it doesn't. Toss Trude able to run it down. Backhand stab up in the air. Beautiful play. My thought was the wind was going to keep pushing that into the gap. Stopped quickly. Toss Trude also took a perfect angle to be able to snap that one. Shawm. Shot to right field, not able to get there in time. Is Kreckling. 2 pitches, 2 hard-hit balls. One fell into the mitt of Tostrude. The other nobody able to get to into the right fielder's glove when he got down to get it. And we are 5 hits for Wheaton. Still no runs. 1 out. Graham Core up to bat. Outside, in the dirt, there's going to be a throw. Safe. Good piece of base running. Gibson thought he had him. Chase Gibson, he attended the NAIA school, William Woods University, for 3 years, played baseball, was named first team All-American Midwest Conference last year in 2021 with a .315 batting average, 8 doubles, 21 RBI, started 36 games as a freshman, 3-time academic all-conference selection, throw to second, that's going to be safe. And also twice named the NAIA Daktronics Scholar Athlete, named to the Dean's List 5 of 6 semesters. So Chase Gibson, another Carthage standout in the classroom and on the diamond. Inside, thought about it, ball. Rare early inning runner for Wheaton. Usually they wait till there's 2 outs. Core, the righty. Hood peeking out of the back of his jersey. Oh, that just curved right back in. Beautiful pitch. Two and one, your count. Again, Prybalinski back in at third. Runner at second. Shawm taking his time. Curved around. Second base, Kreckling over cleanly to first, Prybalinski.
Now batting for the Thunder, center fielder number 7, Ben Weaver.
Again, it's not just that temperatures are a bit lower. It's just the wind. You know, it's got to be tough for some of these players and their throwing hands. They're not showing it, of course. Staying warm, staying loose. 2 outs, runner on third on that fielder's choice, off speed. Strike 1 for Benny Weaver. Right field playing a few feet in front of the warning track. Center and left generously a few steps in front of that. Outside, can't frame the pitch as Gibson. Middle infield, playing in the grass, trying to keep everything in front of him. Prybalinski at first, taking some steps in. Ball high. Shawm, 2 outs, runner on third, off speed, finds the strike zone. 2 and 2. Can he get out of another inning with a runner in scoring position unscathed? The delivery. Swings through it, no action. Shawm heads, nods. And again, Shawm finds his way through. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, as you hear in the background, taking care of business. Carthage 2 hits, Wheaton 5 hits, no runs. We'll be back. Firebird Broadcast Network. Welcome back, Firebird Broadcast Network. Zeros on the board. Peter Ferrari at Augie Schmidt Field. The last game, the earlier game of this contest, again, final was 16-15. And of course, as predicted, this game not a single run through the top half of the fourth. Let's see if Carthage can change things. Low and outside. All white shoes for first baseman Prybalinski. Nice line shot up the middle to start off and have a lead-off runner for Carthage. And their freshman bomber, P.J. Moser. The lefty lines up with one runner on. Short lead by Prybalinski. Shoots it foul. Third hit of the day for Carthage. And 5 for Wheaton. Nothing to speak in on either front. Prybalinski, who's the runner at first, not a candidate for a steal. Chopper to short. Will there be a play? Mishandle. Don't know if he would have had a throw either way. Probably will be logged as a hit. Even if he got a handle on it, there was no play at second, and he'd have to throw a heater to first. Odds are it would have been a step or two late. Infield hit after a nice liner in front of the center fielder. And if you're a fan of the Firebirds, you're in business. Chase Gibson up to bat, as we talked about. Outstanding high school career, outstanding NAIA career. Looks to be finishing up his collegiate career as part of the Firebirds. Would be nice to knock home the runner at second. Prybalinski on second. Moser on first. Bunt down the third base line. They're going to let it roll foul. Smart play. Smart play by third baseman Jake Snyder, as he was going to try to pick up and fire, but because of how it was rolling off the grass, you had a feeling it might roll out of play, and he, at the last second, instead of picking it up, jumped over it, didn't make contact, foul ball, 0-2. So Gibson trying to get on by any means necessary. Not able to do so. 0-2. Runners first and second. Klein delivers. Gibson sends it straight back to the net. Sometimes I forget there's a net there. I flinched. Or glass in front of me as well, but, you know, human instinct. Gibson trying to stay alive. Almost had a bunt single, rolled just over the line. Halfway through home and third. Pops that one. Might it hit the press box? And it does. So Gibson fouls 2 back, 1 a direct line shot. Wishes he had back. That one popped fly to stay alive. No one holding on either of the runners. Not a lot of speed on the base paths. Gibson still the 0-2 count. Klein trying to continue things along. 1 error on Wheaton. Gibson shot up the middle. And Prybalinski has to go back to second base. So good contact. He knew he had the timing down, but nonetheless not able to do anything with it. Cody Kreckling up. Looking for some of the numbers for Klein. 3 in the third innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk on 15 batters faced. Kreckling swings through. Kreckling looking for a sign from the bench. Again, short lead by the runners. Not being held on. That one low and outside. Just misses the K-zone. Second baseman and shortstop sending signals back to the pitcher. Klein, short look at second, delivers. Lined up the middle. Privalinski getting the go-ahead. Throw towards second, cut off by Klein. And first run scored of the day by Privalinski.
Now batting for the Firebirds.
My apologies, Klein was backing up home. That was first baseman Core who got into position. So good defense by Klein to actually get where he needed to go. But nonetheless, there was no throw at home. It was cut off by Core. Third base coach gave the green light to Privalinski. And up to bat now is going to be number 6 for Carthage, Lucas Hines. The 5'11", 170 freshman out of Oxford, Michigan, Orion Township High School. The lefty thought about it, wishes he had that one back, knew he wanted to pull it, did not. 0-1, another running and scoring position. So finally, in the bottom of the fourth, Carthage gets their first run. So pinch hitter. Klein looks back at second. Sends it over, trying to frame the outside. No go by Weiner. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 run for the Firebirds. The lefty Hines. That one gets the bottom of the kneecaps. 1-2. Let's see if Hines can get this one in play. Low and inside, thought he had it. That being Klein, didn't get the call. Lucas Hines, again, 5'11", 170. Swings through and struck out. So Lucas Hines not able to make contact. As Colin Callahan steps up, still 2 runners on with 2 outs. Carthage found the first run of this ball game. I can't state it enough that the outpouring of runs in the first game led itself to say either it was going to happen again at that clip. That one sent into right field. Back, back, back. Caught with his back against the fence. Callahan almost had a 3-run bomb, but Ledbetter reached out and was able to snag it. Good defense by Ledbetter. 1-0 your score for Carthage as they lead Wheaton heading in to the top of the 5th. We'll be back. Firebird Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Augie Schmidt Field. Peter Ferrari on the call as Carthage was able to scratch one run across. On their 4 hits, they now lead 1-0 against Wheaton. And Sham delivers. First pitch ball. Inside, that finds the plate. 1-1, bit inside. Haggerty had the take, but able to cut back and find the paint. Beautiful pitch by Sham. High and inside. Sham through 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 walks, 2 Ks. 21 batters faced. Outside, big hack by Haggerty. Rings him up. Haggerty not happy, but nonetheless, it's a K for Matthias Haggerty, the 5'9", 165 senior out of Piedmont, California. And that's a first strike ball. For Mason Deal. Deal the righty. A lot of power, that one outside. Still looking after 2-0 for a hittable pitch. You know he has the ability and wants to drive it. One low and inside. So outside, outside, inside. 3-0 count. Likely a take once again. Temperature starting to slightly drop. Inside strike. That one is going to go into center. Weaver shades over, Klein shades over and able to get the out. Quick congratulations to the Firebirds on the volleyball court. The men's volleyball team advances to the regional final in the NCAA tournament. Hashtag fired up, hashtag D3VB, with a 3-0 victory over Mount Union. 25-20, 25-16, 25-20. So congratulations to the classmates of these these baseball players, that being the volleyball players. Big win over Mount Union to come out victorious. So congratulations to them. And also, while we have a minute, split game as the Firebird softball team split the game. Victory in the first one against Augustana and fell in the second. So a lot of victories across the board. Let's see if Carthage could maintain this 1-0 lead and extend it possibly to come away victorious themselves. Outstanding athletic program here in Kenosha. Outside. Wu still at bat. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Just very... That one drops inside, ball. Wu, a very rhythmic hitter, as you can see, after he gets into the batter's box. lines up, few rhythm swings to get the wrists ready. Then on the shoulder, bounces 1, 2, 3, locks it in at 4. And that one high, and that a walk. So with 2 outs, almost customary for Sean to somehow have a runner get on. But again, with the thought that things will continue to be the same way as the prior innings, he'll find a way to get out. Jacob Snyder, the junior, starting at third in this second game. Hit by a pitch, his first time up. That one outside. He is 1 for 1 in the official at-bats and a stolen base. So Snyder checks the notes. Has the hoodie on underneath the navy jersey. No lead at first. Shot far into right. Back, back, back. And that one's out of here. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain. 2-run shot for Jacob Snyder. Finding his way all the way around the base paths, home, and bang. And just like that, we talked about how Shawm has found his way out of a jam in every single inning, not able to do so here. As after a 1-run lead coming into the 5th inning, a 2-run shot for Snyder. And that one fouled back. Weiner wanted to go back-to-back. We haven't had that here today. Check the bingo card. No balk and no back-to-back home runs. So let's see if we can have those 2 on. Of course, if you're a Carthage fan, you want the balk to be on Klein, and you want the back-to-back home run shot. But nonetheless, 2-1 your score, 6 hits now for Wheaton. Outside. Snyder got under and all of that, again with the wind blowing to right field. Looks like there is a fan out there, also with their dog. Could be the scoreboard operator's wife, so shout out. Good luck finding that one. I mean, it's so far away, wasn't sure if it was a dog or a cat. There's all these cat commercials now where it looks like it's a beagle. Throw over to first base with 2 outs. And Wheaton comes across with 2 runs. So Carthage looks to tie it now. In the bottom of the 5th, we'll be with them shortly on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Reminds me of, it's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown.
Swear they ran into a great
back to the Firebirds, left fielder number 19, Cody Cosgrove.
We're back with the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Beagle still out behind the right field fence. Unclear if they've been able to locate the home run ball. Not sure if it's like Wrigley where they throw it back. Didn't see it in the first game. Chopper towards second. Bounces over the outstretched glove of Wu. Not sure he would have had a play on it. We'll call it a hit.
Third baseman number 7, Austin Perlinski.
And up to bat now, hit by a pitch in a very awkward part of the skull last time up, but he has been playing third base and now back in the batter's box, lefty. Prybalinski laces at first base. Fair ball, rounding second, finding the right field corner, bobbles it a bit. They're sending him home. Relay. Oh, they decide to put on the brakes. With no outs, no reason to get, again, there's two ways to look at it. One is, there's no outs. You have two runners in scoring position for your upcoming batter, Colton Klein. So that's one way to look at it. The other way is, you're 1-7 in conference play. Why not? So two ways to look at that one nonetheless. Third base coach holds them, two runners in scoring position. Colton Klein up. And Klein, 2 at-bats, 2 times left on base. That one drops in for a strike. Beautiful piece of line drive. So both balls hit very hard on the right side of the infield. Defense, standard position. Second baseman Wu, heels on the grass. 1-1, the count for Klein. The tying run 90 feet away. In the grass. Shot, center field. 2 players converge on it. The left fielder, Stanton, able to get it. And good play at third base, diving was Snyder. It actually almost hit the base runner sliding in. So Prybalinski slides into third. It bounces over his legs. Snyder has to dive to make sure it doesn't trickle on, but nonetheless, job done. Run scored, 2-2, your score. Now with 1 out runner in scoring position. Off speed, outside, beautiful pitch by Klein. Pitcher Klein now 4 1/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts on 21 batters faced. So both pitchers going fairly deep in the game. That one going to be a pop fly into on top of the netting of the batting cage. 0-2 the count for Bryce Prybalinski, cousin of Austin. The righty, low and outside, good take. I'm sure Bryce would like to try to find a way to get his cousin home. As Klein from the stretch. Prybalinski can't catch up to the off-speed pitch. Beautiful piece of pitching by Klein. Unfazed by the 2 hard-hit balls, or excuse me, 3, I should say. But now, no easy out at this part of the order. P.J. Moser. Off speed. Takes it outside for strike number 1. Moser, the lefty, kicks, sends that one into foul play, just a bit behind it. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. So there was 2 runners in scoring position with no outs, but then a sac fly and a strikeout. Now has 0-2 count. That's going to be a bouncer to first base. Tossing over to Klein. 1 run comes across to tie things up. We're now going to head to the top of the 6th inning as the Firebirds tie it up at 2 apiece on the Firebird Broadcast Network. Top of the 6th inning on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Peter Ferrari at Augie Schmidt Field. Sham has gone through 5 innings with 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts on 26 batters faced, tied now at 2 apiece. So great, outstanding pitching by both teams. I'm sure Sean would have liked to have tried to scratch one more across to have the lead, but nonetheless, things are at least tied up after that 2-run bomb by Snyder being the offensive output for Wheaton in this second game of the doubleheader. Don't forget, tomorrow's game will be at Wheaton College. That game a 1 p.m. first pitch, before the Firebirds come back home on Tuesday the 19th, taking on Concordia University, Wisconsin at a 5 p.m. first pitch. They then head out of town for 2 of 3 at Elmhurst against Elmhurst University before heading back home on the 24th at 1 p.m. Off speed, strikeout. Knocking him down is Shaw.
Now batting for the Thunder, left fielder number 16, Harrison Stanton.
Still a lot of baseball left for the Firebirds. After Elmhurst and Concordia, they play Concordia Chicago at home, then 2 against Milliken. Doubleheader on the 30th of April before they head into May against Augustana at home on Friday, May the 6th. Head down to Naperville, Illinois and Zimmerman Stadium to take on North Central College for finishing the regular season at home against Wright Pond College May the 8th. Off speed, finds its way over the plate. Sham, a lot of confidence now. 1-2 the count with 1 out. Line shot, not able to make a play on it, is Kreckling. Strong turn towards second. And with 1 out, 1 runner on. for Wheaton. Up to bat, Graham Core. Core 2 at bats, a walk. Good dig in the dirt. Just looking at some of the numbers, it's been a Snyder day, a double, a home run, and of course the RBIs. 9 runners left on base for Wheaton. Core and Haggerty have done some great jobs with the double play. Throw to second. Looks like they got him in time. They do. Gibson sits him down. Bang, bang. Great job converging on the throw from catcher. Beautiful, beautiful play to get that second out. That's a beautiful cut. Fastball to find the plate. 1-2 your count. Again, Gibson, beautiful throw out at second. On the caught stealing attempt by Stanton. Another cutter, that one outside. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strike, 2 out. Score tied, 2-2. And that's going into left field. Sliding down, not able to make the play. Tostrude goes past him. That was a close play and left. Tostrude had to reach over. As it again, the wind started pulling it towards center field, hit off the glove. Misplay in left field. Again, he could have let it bounce in front of him to maybe hold it, maybe have held it to a single. Decided to go for it. Oh, a runner at second. He marked a double to left field out of the stretch. Low and inside strike. Ben Weaver up to bat now. Weaver 1 for 3, strikeout 4 times, been left on base. Wheaton up to 8 hits, only 2 runs to show for it. Inside, no call. You can see the aggressiveness of the wind off the infield umpire, Michael Gotch. Shawm with 2 outs, runner on second. Trying to frame the outside corner is Gibson. 2-1. Very consistent calls behind the plate for both games today, so tip your hat to the umpiring crew. Great job. 2-1 your count. Runner still on second, slight lead. Shawm delivers. Fouled away. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Outside, Gibson slides to stop it. Full count. Runner will go. On second right now is Core after a 2-out double to left. Weaver would love to find a shot to get him home. Second base, Kreckling playing in the grass. And that one falls over to plate. Shawm sits him down. Bang! No runs allowed, as we will now head to the bottom of the 6th. Carthage tied at 2-2 your score on the Firebird Broadcast Network.
Now batting for the Firebirds, catcher number 32, Chase Gibson.
Come on, Joe.
Now batting for the Firebirds, second baseman number 14, Cody Crackling. Now batting for the Firebirds, right fielder number 6, Lucas Hines. Pitch running, number 27, Logan Marino. Now batting for the Firebirds, shortstop number 31, Colin Callahan.
Back on the Firebird Broadcast Network. Bags jammed for Callahan. We also do have confirmation. The right field Beagle located 8 balls in the outfield. Pop fly to right field should be enough to score 1. Tagging up, runner advances to third, standing up in a beautiful piece of hitting by the Firebirds to score another run.
Left fielder number 19, Cody Toscrud.
Now with 1 out, Carthage leads 3-2. Runners on the corner for Tostrude. I'm sure Klein would like to see another double play to get him out of this inning. Last time up, runners on second and third, no out, only able to get 1 across for Carthage. Strike called. Nubbed into left. It's going to be a tough play. Foul ball. Just a foot foul. After going 3 scoreless, Carthage has now gotten 1 run in the 4th, 5th, and 6th to now lead 3-2, 9 hits. For them, Wheaton 8 hits on 2 runs. As the wind continues to pick up. Line shot to right, that'll score another run. Telling them to hold, there'll be a cutoff. Close play, and that'll be an out. Third base coach, not necessarily happy about it. He did put up the hold sign. Beautiful cutoff. Strike into third base. As caught out running was Nick Caruso. But nonetheless, runner on first, 4-2 your score. Pop fly, running in from left field. Actually, shortstop able to get it based on the win, Haggerty. And at the end of 6, it'll be Firebirds 4, Wheaton 2. We'll be back on the Firebird Broadcast Network.
Now catching for the Firebirds, number 22, Drew Dyer.
Shum continuing on. He does have a complete game earlier in the year, so it looks like they are going to continue on with him. Tough game earlier today. A lot of runners used, or excuse me, a lot of pitchers used.
The shortstop, Matthias Haggerty.
And so let's see if Shum can just continue along 4-2 your score. And up to bat is going to be Haggerty. Haggerty shows bunt, pulls back high. Want to know the count? 10 hits for Carthage. We talked about Haggerty is 1 for 3, that one inside. 1 for 3 on the day, 1 strikeout. Two doubles for Wheaton so far, Snyder and Core. And Haggerty on the double play. That strike called. Haggerty not too happy about it, but nonetheless, 2-1 the count. 10 runners left on base for Wheaton to 7 of Carthage. Grounder to second, misplay, but picking it up and able to get it over to first base. Greckling over to Prybolinski.
Number 21, Mason Deal.
Mason Deal up to bat now. A walk and a strikeout this afternoon. Big quiet. Well, for most players on both teams, quieter second game than in the first. But a big part of that is the outstanding pitching for both squads. Sham now 6 1/3 through, 5 Ks, 31 batters faced, 8 hits, 2 earned runs. Deal takes. And that's a take strike. Wind up for Sham. Swinging through his Deal. He wanted that to go into the parking lot. Couldn't make contact. 2-2 your count. Deal sends that one to right field. Play will be there for Lapsley. Lapsley was running to his left, had to stop on a dime, take about a half step back left, stick out the glove, able to find it.
Second baseman number 36, Kyle Wu.
We're talking about the earlier offensive output of 16 runs for Wheaton. Still wasn't their high on the year. They had 19 3 days ago against the Scarlet Hawks of IIT. 18 hits against Elmhurst. And 17 RBIs as well for that Illinois Tech game. Triples with 4 against Illinois Tech, so a lot of numbers on the board. Albeit walks, that was earlier today, so their season high in walks for the Thunder was earlier today with 13. Not to mention 2 sacrifice flies. So some season highs for Wheaton today against Carthage. Both of those being, of course, in the earlier contest. And inside, and that'll be a walk on 4 pitches. And with 2 outs, Sean puts a runner on.
Not adding to the Thunder, third baseman number 42, Jacob Snyder.
Also talking about some season highs. The season high for at-bats is 6 for Wheaton. That's going to be Weaver, Core, and Klein. That record is today. As well as walks, Haggerty and Deal both having 4 walks as a season high in the earlier contest. So sack hits and sack flies as well earlier today for season highs. And that's going to be a strike called. Team leader in batting average is Ben Weaver at 405, Haggerty 321, and Klein at 305. As we see, the reason that there's 2 runs on the board for Wheaton is Snyder for his 2-run blast. He is, of course, up at bat now. Weaver, Stanton, and Core leading the way on the hit side. Actually put Haggerty in that. Weaver at 34 hits on the season. Stanton, Core, and Haggerty each tied at 26. Oh, and 1 the count. Runner on second. Low and inside. And the delivery by Sham outside. Season high for innings pitched is Sham with 7. So that's going to be a ball. And again, coming into today's contest, Sham also 3 wild pitches. And that's going to be a walk. There is a right-handed pitcher warming up for Carthage, but as we've seen today, inning in and inning out, Sham with 2 outs gets a bit more aggressive, causing Wheaton to chase, but it has allowed for base runners. Sham with the second best ERA on the squad with a 4.17. There will be a quick meeting on the mound. Sham also has a win on the year. Let's see if with 2 runners on, 2 outs, coach is probably just saying, hey, Sham, get us through this, and then we'll go to the bullpen. As we see a conversation taking place. We've seen Sean get in and out of this before. This is Sham's 8th game started. We talked about the pitching earlier in today's game. Brandon Marquardt, first appearance, doing an outstanding job. Bright future for the pitching staff between Marquardt and Sham for the Firebirds. So quite possibly the last hitter that Sham will face. Inside ball. Outside, another ball. 2-0. Runners on first and second not being held on. from the stretch. Sham trying to get out of this last half inning of his night. Fouled off to the right. Coming into today's Sham, a 5.91 ERA in conference play, 1-1. A complete game. 10 total innings pitched, 12 hits, and 7 earned runs. So if things stay as is, ERA is going to be helped a bit by only allowing 2. Sham, quick look at second from the stretch. Delivery. Bouncer to second. Should be an easy play. Over to first. And getting out of the jam in the last half inning, he yells, "Let's go." Sham excited as we head to the middle of the 7th. Might as well, if you're still in the crowd here and have made it through the first 7th inning stretch, go ahead and do a second one. Glad to have you here, and we're glad to be back with you shortly on the Firebird Broadcast Network. Back on the Firebird Broadcasting Network, 2-run lead for the home Firebirds. Let's see if they can extend it now with up to bat number 9, who's had a very good early afternoon and evening, is Colton Klein. So Klein to Klein, as we mentioned before. Joe Klein, looking at some of the season numbers from him, leads the way in ERA at 3.44 for the visiting Thunder. Third on the team in opposing batting average. Klein has 2 wins so far. And that's going to be a ball called. But he also leads the way in innings pitched at 36.2 coming into this game. So definitely one of the team leaders. Also had 22 Ks coming into today. That one's flared into left, but running it down is Stanton.
First baseman, number 21, Bryce Perlinski.
And Prybalinski is up to bat. 1 out. Possibly trying, desperately so, to add onto it or get away with a victory and split the doubleheader are Carthage. But with that being said, you are going to the bullpen most likely after Shaw battled through that last half inning. Wheaton had 8 hits, 2 runs to save for it, as that one is outside. And so who knows what's going to happen when the bullpen comes in. We saw earlier today how when the bullpen came in for both squads, kind of held things down the middle to late innings. Again, we mentioned earlier Marquardt doing a outstanding job for the Firebirds. 3-0 the count. Might give them the green light, knowing the run differential here. Let's see what happens. And it's a take, so I was wrong. So we were mentioning earlier that Klein came in with all of those numbers, but nonetheless, we have a lefty in now. So it is not Joe Klein anymore, so it's now number 35 for Wheaton College, Nate Barker. So Nate Barker has checked into the game. My apologies. And with 1 out, a runner on first. So Nate Barker taking a few deep breaths. We'll get more info on Barker shortly. Also pinch hitter is Nick Caruso out of Aurora, Illinois, as we go west. So it looks like Nate Barker is on the mound, 6'3", 210 from Mission Vista High School in Escondido, California. Barker, liberal arts engineering, 6 games in last season, tailing 7 Ks. Nick Caruso out of Aurora, Illinois. Not able to make anything happen. So nonetheless, we move on for number 22 for Carthage, Drew Dyer. Dyer, the righty, 2 outs, 1 runner on first. Looking to possibly extend the lead. Let's see how aggressive of a leadoff Prybalinski gets at first. That one sent into right field. Stopping a few feet in front of the warning track and coming back in is Ledbetter. No run scored, bottom of the 7th. 2 innings left. Can Wheaton come back, or will Carthage hold on for the split victory in the doubleheader? We'll find out from Augie Schmidt Field on the Firebird Broadcast Network.
I got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime. Played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69.
Now pitching for the Firebirds, number 30, Matt Willett.
New pitcher in the game for the home Firebirds. That's going to be Matt Willett out of Des Plaines, Illinois, out of Maine West High School, 6'2", 192 for number 30, the right-hander. Didn't play last year from an injury. Started 2 games in 2020 on March 7th and March 12th. 4-year baseball letter winner at Maine West High School. Won a regional title in 2017, Central Suburban North Conference All-Academic, Spanish Honor Society, and Honor Student for senior Matt Willett. Willett, unique throwing motion, about a 3/4 deliberate move, straight leg being the front leg. Looking at Matty Willett, 9.82 ERA, 2 appearances with a start, 3.2 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 Ks, and a double allowed. Ledbetter up to bat, the lefty. Nice off speed by Willett. Sun setting off in the distance. 1-2, move it to 2-2, the count. 10 hits for Carthage, 8 for Wheaton. Willett, that one soars into center field. Can of corn for Klein. First out for the Firebirds. Left-handed batter up. Number 16, Harrison Stanton, top of the order. 2 for 3, caught stealing. His last time up, sends that one foul. For those of you asking at home what can of corn means, it's when you used to go in a grocery store and just would knock a can of corn off the top shelf, catch it in the bread basket. One and one, ball to strike, 1 out. Again, caught stealing prior by a beautiful throw by Gibson. Thought about the bunt, pulled it back. Strike called. So Willett doing a good job in this outing. Again, more recently, Willett. 1 inning pitch against Augustana, 2 walks and a strikeout. Just a few days ago against Illinois Wesleyan, 2.2 innings pitched. However, 4 runs, all of them earned on 2 hits, a strikeout, and a walk. Gibson gets it out of the dirt, no one inside. Full count with 1 out. Willett, number 30. Knee-high socks, white cleats. Bounce to third, not able to make the play. Even if he let it go, not sure if Callahan would have been able to get there in time to make the play. Looks like to be an infield single for Stanton, as Core to now be up at bat. 1 runner on. Core has the ability to send it far. Let's see what he tries to do here. Compact swing, doesn't swing. 1-0 the count. Runner on. Slightest of leads. Bounce to third. Will he be able to turn two? Out at one and safe at first. So nice play. Had a long way to go. Corey able to get there cleanly. But force out at second. Up to 2 outs now for Willett. Weaver, 4 home runs on the year. 6 doubles, 6 triples. 23 RBIs. And again, that .405 average is a beautiful number. Runner going, throw, Gibson gonna bounce. Not able to get there. It's gonna be Colin Callahan. Runner in scoring position now at second. Not sure if that's gonna change the approach of Weaver as there is still 2 outs. But again, clean hit can bring Wheaton to within 1 in the top of the 8th from the stretch. Bit of dancing around at second base. Delivery high and outside. So Core at second. Weaver at the plate. Gibson behind it. Core goes for third. The throw, that should be an out. Beautiful play. Gibson with the strike to Prybolinski. And that's going to be the end of the possible attack. Going to the bottom of the 8th, Carthage leads 4-2 on the Firebird Broadcast Network. Some smoke on the water coming out of break and fire in the sky, or Firebird in the batting box. You know, I was going to try to make it work. It just didn't really sound good. Should have kept it myself. But nonetheless, 4-2 Carthage leads. They are going to try to add on in the bottom of the 8th before having a save opportunity in the top of the 9th. Peter Ferrari at Augie Schmidt Field. For those of you who have been here both games, thank you. Lot of Carthage action today. Softball splitting the doubleheader with Augustana. Men's volleyball advancing in the NCAA tournament. What an outstanding team they have. Coach Kike for doing excellent things as always with that program. Nonetheless, off speed. Had Crackling fooled. As now pitching is Barker. Walk and a strikeout with 3 batters faced. Three and one. Again, not to say he has a lack of control, but I have guessed swing or green light incorrectly, so let's see if he's given the take. He is, or he just chose to do it himself. Nonetheless, runner on first. Up to bat now for Carthage
Now batting for the Firebirds, number 16.
is number 16,
DeGrazia.
Ryan DeGrazia, 6'2", 185 out of Wabanzi Valley. Second walk for Barker. Bunt opportunity, lays it perfectly right in front of the mound. Throw to first by the lefty. And good job in a sacrifice bunt getting the runner over to second.
Now batting for the Firebirds.
The old adage, get him on, get him over, get him home. Let's see after the over if Callahan can get his teammate home. Callahan a walk on the afternoon, or evening I should say, 2 times left on base. Take right down the middle. Again, Barker on the mound, the lefty. Grounder to second, play at first, and now runner on third
Now batting for the Firebirds, left fielder, number 19.
with 2 outs.
Cody Tosprud.
So up to bat now with a chance to extend the lead to 3 is number 19, Cody Tostrude. Manning left field all day today for both games. Shot to center, making a run, not able to get there. And it's actually going to fall in front of the feet of Weaver. Textbook inning to get one more insurance run for Carthage. Runner on first, bunted him to second, sacrificed to third, line shot to center. Weaver didn't have enough to be able to dive forward to get it. He knew if he would have dove and not gotten it, that would have been trouble. But nonetheless, 5-2 your score, as Carthage now a 3-run advantage in the bottom of the 8th. Throw over to first base, keeping Tostrude in check. Prybalinski, who's at third base today, 6', 190 senior out of LaSalle, Peru, takes the strike. Glad he is okay and safe again. First at bat, a hit by pitch off the side of the foot up until the face, so off speed inside. Weiner, a lot of playing time, catching both games in the doubleheader. That one high and inside. And we have a quick timeout for a shoe tie. Want to remind everybody, tomorrow's game, 1 p.m. CCIW action. That will be taking place in Carroll Stream at Wheaton College. Firebirds back home next Tuesday, the 19th, against Concordia. Foul over the press box. Full count, 2 outs, 3-run lead, 1 error, both teams. Runner will be going. And the pitch. And it will be a walk. Going high with the pitch, thinking that Prybalinski might chase it. Didn't do it. And with 2 outs, another runner in scoring position for Colton Klein out of McHenry High School. Might have it's a very slow walk from the coaching staff of Wheaton. Summoned his inner Lou Pinella to make his way out there. Probably asked, still can go, yep. 3-run lead, Carthage. Klein, an RBI, 3 at-bats, twice left on base. That's a take for a strike. Good to see if you're a Wheaton fan coming out of a visit. Strike down the middle. And Kreckling scored on that Tostrud single to center. Low and inside. Good stop by Weiner. Checking second base. The delivery outside. Barker seemingly not afraid to get behind in counts as it's now 2-1. Outfield back to try to keep everything in front of him. Second base in the grass. Shortstop. Fake throw to no one by Barker, but nonetheless trying to keep the runner at least a little bit honest. Again, in case there's a single out of the infield. Healthy lead by Tostrud at second. We know he's got some wheels. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs for Wheaton. However, Carthage, 3-run lead with 5, bottom of the 8th. Klein, high and outside, another take. And just like that, we are at a full count, 2 outs, runners will be going. And the delivery, runners go. It's going to be a play at first base if there is one, and beautiful throw from Haggerty to Core to end any additional threat from Carthage. 3-run lead for the Firebirds. Will be able to close things out at the top of the 9th. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Firebird Broadcast Network.
Number 7, Ben Weaver.
We have made it to potentially the final half inning of the doubleheader on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Augie Schmidt Field. Peter Ferrari on the call with you earlier today, and now I thank you for being with us. As a bird flew by, I thought it was a bat. And that, I believe, nicked Nope, it did not. So I'm 0 for 2. Thought it was a bat. It was a bird. I thought he was hit by a pitch. He was not. It's been a long day. Thank you for joining us. Ben Weaver at the bat, trying to get on to allow Wheaton a chance to tie, to force Carthage to have to score in the bottom of the ninth. However, Willett, a great last half inning, and he was hit by a pitch on that one. So free base runner for Ben Weaver. Tying run in the batter's box, go ahead in the hole. At the plate, trailing by 3. Inside strike called. Good first pitch by Willett, on this batter. Again, runner on first is Weaver. Not necessarily worried about him with this lead. Worried about delivering to home. Beautiful curveball. My goodness, his best pitch of the evening. 0-2. What a good way to start. After what could have frazzled many pitchers, hitting a batter. But nonetheless, 0-2. The delivery, pop fly right side. Trying to run it down, but caught in the bullpen. A lefty warming up in the aforementioned bullpen for Carthage, should they need to go there. 0-2, still the count. Haggerty and Willett on the battle. Taking his time from the stretch. Will he check to first? He does. Again, just about the honesty perspective, trying to keep Weaver from getting too big of a leadoff. Also, Gibson wanting to check with Willett on what they want to do with an 0-2 count. Center field shaded to the right. Right field almost on the track, left field in. Push hitter of Haggerty at the plate. And the pitch. And hit another batter. A lot of the fans for Wheaton not happy about it. Unintentional. As, of course, Carthage is not looking to put two batters on by a hit by pitch in back-to-back at bats. And now the tying run at the plate for number 21, the power hitter, Mason Deal. Wind still blowing to right where he found his home run in the prior game. Wanted to find that same spot and swung through it. Nice first pitch of this is bat as well for Willett. We know Deal has the power. A walk and a strikeout for him in this second game. Runners on first and second. Curveball, close call, called a ball. As we mentioned earlier today for Wheaton, Deal, 4 runs on 2 hits, 3 RBIs and 2 walks, and his second home run of the year to right field. Outside, Gibson not able to frame it on the corner. 2-1 the count. No outs, runners first and second. As mentioned, tying run at the plate. Fake throw back to second. Again, just doing that Small move. Now, last time that happened, the next pitch went awry. So let's see what happens here. Can Willett contain? Curves that to the outside. Hitters count 3-1. Now, Willett has not had the most control, as we can see, with 2 base runners hit by a pitch in the top of the 9th. But given the circumstances and a large gap in left center, do they give Deal the green light? And he walks. So with a 3-1 count, Deal walks. And Gibson and at home calling a timeout. It is bases loaded with Willett, and we are going to have a pitching change. Tossing the ball over the coach. Not how he wanted things to end. Tough situation to come into, as it looks like hoping to close things out now is number 18, Nathan Schnabel, the 5'11", 170-pound junior out of Bradford High School in Kenosha, teammate of Cody Tostrude. So again, Nathan Schnabel coming in, the lefty. So Schnabel, again, we stated 5'11", 170. Named honorable mention in high school of the All-Southeast Conference his junior year on a regional championship team. Double major management and marketing, son of Darren Schnabel and Carrie Tabbert. So will the lefty be lethal? Nathan Schnabel. Looking at some of the numbers. 6.17 ERA, 7 appearances, 0-2 in the win-loss column, 11.2 innings pitched, 12 hits, 8 runs, all of them earned, 6 walks, 9 Ks, 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run. So again, Nathan Schnabel. Bags jammed. Up to bat for Wheaton, 36, Kyle Wu, one of the most lethal hitters for Wheaton. Wheaton sits 5-3 in conference play after today's earlier victory. Would love to come from behind. Schnabel. Looking at home, the lefty. Kicks and delivers. Fouled back. Wu wanted to take that one home. The potential for the grand slam always there. Wu only 1 home run on the year. Center and right deep. Ball called. Schnabel thought he had it, did a little bit of a hop, trying to warm up the hand. Gibson patting the ground with his mitt. Makes the call. 3-run lead, no outs, bases loaded. Wu sends it into right center, running in on it and making the grab. Good play by the right fielder, Lapsley of the Firebirds. So even though tagging and scoring was Wheaton, it's still a 2-run lead with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Weaver scored. There was a pitch runner. Yee is in for Deal. So Noah Yee, the 5'6" sophomore out of Torrance, California, is in as a pinch runner for Deal. So now tying run at first base. Up to bat, Jacob Snyder. Switch hitting in this circumstance. Lining up from the right. Inside, sends that one straight back. That was his pitch to hit. The first game of the doubleheader ended in exciting fashion. Bases loaded, full count, 2-out strikeout for Wheaton to come out victorious. Can we have such a thrilling ending here in the second game of the nightcap? Schnabel with the left. Down and in, ball 2. 2-1. Runners on first and second. Again, if you're the pitcher, your concern is who's at home. Snyder with the home run earlier in the game. Which put Wheaton ahead 2-1. Schnabel, again, we said, out of Kenosha. Homegrown product. 2 1/3 against North Park a few days ago with 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and a strikeout. Against Carroll, 2 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run. Runners still, first and second. Number 18 lines up in the stretch, looks at second before the pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. So on the 3-1 count, there was a take. Jacob Snyder. 6'1", 185 out of Glenbrook South. Gave Wheaton their lead. They had most of the game. Can he come out clutch again? The delivery. Pulls that one foul left side. If that would have gone fair, that would have been trouble for Carthage. Count now full, 1 out. Snyder battling. 10-8 your score. 10-8 run differential. Carthage 10, Wheaton sits at 8, 5-3 is your score. Swinging outside, beautiful out pitch by number 18, Nathan Schnabel. My goodness, much needed out. You felt momentum was going the way of Wheaton. At one point, bases loaded, then getting the fly out to score the run. Now, winning or go-ahead run still at the plate for Weiner. Outside. Gibson doing a great job behind the dish, keeping everything in front of him. No home runs for Weiner. Not to say it can't happen, but not looking for power here. Looking for left center. That one outside. You could tell that they're trying to force him to push it. Bouncing a few times. Gibson gives the point. Not holding the runner on. Outside, Gibson trying to frame it. Umpire doesn't buy it. Phil Pupillo. 3-0. With 2 outs, however, you might assume the take, so that way the bases will be loaded. But nonetheless, we will see Schnabel delivers. Right down the middle for a strike, so 3-1. Do they give the take again just to try to get Ledbetter up to the plate? Yes, Ledbetter still in the, off to the side, getting his timing down. Three-one take outside for a strike. This may be the end of action this evening. Full count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Runners will be going. It was a 3-0 count. Schnabel found the outside corner in 2 in a row. Weiner, game on the line. Shortstop Callahan telling the crowd to get loud. Strikes him out! That's going to be it. That's going to be all she wrote as Schnabel comes in, gets the save. 1 run allowed on a beautiful piece of pitching. Bases loaded with no outs. And Schnabel, only on a sacrifice to right field, allows that runner to score and gets the Carthage Firebirds a win in the nightcap of the doubleheader. Now to look at some of the final numbers brought to you by athletics.carthage.edu. 12 hits for Carthage to 9 of Wheaton. 14 runners left on base for the Thunder to 10 of Carthage. 33-31 at bat differential. 2 doubles for Wheaton, 1 for Carthage. Home run for Wheaton for Snyder, none for the Firebirds. 5 RBIs by Carthage to 2 of Wheaton. 7 walks to 4. Wheaton had the advantage. 7 strikeouts for Wheaton to 5 of Carthage. 3 stolen bases for Wheaton. And then we look at the beautiful pitching numbers for your